Hello everyone, and today we are back with another Black Clover mobile video. So I wanted to check the gameplay we got again and go in depth on it with you guys. We didn't receive a lot of gameplay footage. It was just like 7-second little teaser, but we can actually extract a lot of informations. So let's start again with the obvious stuff. So as you guys might know, the game do have a color wheel, and there is 3 elements. There is blue, and there is red, and there is green, and there is also this on the right. This is the speed template, or the turn template, or whatever you want to call it. So the interesting thing about this, and this could be a very good thing for the game, or it could be a very bad thing for the game. Why do I mean by that? So if you guys play Grand Cross, so in Grand Cross, if you are starting first or the enemy is starting first is a very big deal. So as you can see here, my combat class in Grand Cross is 251k and the enemy is 260. So in the case of Grand Cross, the enemy here will start before I do, but if I had a higher combat class, I will start first, and I will use each of my character's skills before the enemy uses his skills. So I get to play with my all characters, and when I finish my turn, the enemy gets to play with their characters. But in the Black Clover game, it does not work like that. It's, as you can see here, it's mixed. So we play with our character, then 2 enemies characters, then 2 our allies, then 1 enemy, then an ally. And how this will work, it's based on each character base speed. So if you guys played games like Epic 7, in Epic 7 the characters do have base speed, and with the higher base speed the character starts first. So in this game it should be like Epic 7. So let's say here, for example, Yami has the fastest speed. That's why he's starting to play first in this case. This is just an example. If you guys also played Epic 7, you can acquire a speed gear, and that speed gear makes your characters even faster. And I don't want this game to have a gear system like Epic 7, because if you played that game, you know it's not a good gearing system. It's very bad. So I hope this game, at least there is like a speed food. So if you want like to get faster, maybe you eat speed food, and your characters will be faster. So let's go and talk about the UI. So let's start with the enemies. As you guys can see, there are 3 enemies. Maybe we killed 1 enemy, we don't know. It's wave 1 out of 3. So when we kill these 3 enemies, another more enemies will spawn, and it will be wave 2. And there is numbers 1, 2, and 3 next to each enemy, and this is just telling us this is enemy number 1, this is enemy number 2, this is enemy number 3. Also there are elements, so there is the green, the blue, and the blue, and there is the blast looking icons, and I don't know what to call this icon. And there are a health bar in red. There is this orange bar that have small little 4 bars, and there is 1 buff and there is 1 debuff. And let's go to our UI. It's actually kind of the same with this 10 out of 10 extra. So I think this is like the mana system. And we have HP also in blue. We have the same orange bar, and there is a 5. This 5 could mean the level, it could mean anything, and even the orange bar, we don't have any idea with what it could mean, so we just have to wait and see. And there is something under Asta, and it's a very interesting thing. It's in orange, and it looks like a little chain. I mean, we can't see it clearly, but I will talk about it. And we have Yami skills. So there is this skill, there is this skill, and there is the third skill, and there is this one. And this one is the most interesting to me. Because as you can see, it do have the little symbol Asta do have. So I believe the game will have combo attacks, and it's an AoE attack. If you can see, there are 2 different symbols. There is this cone, so I think this means it's an AoE attack, and there is this arrow pointing forward, and I think this is a single attack. And if we see in the trailer, the Yami, the player, uses this and it attacks only one enemy, so it is indeed a single target, as you can see right here. Yeah, so he used the attack, it only attacked one enemy. And the game do indeed have cooldowns. As you can see, when he used the ability, he did go into a 3 turns or 3 seconds cooldown. And the interesting thing, that he didn't switch from Yami even after using that one skill. So I think you can control when you switch. So I think the Yami player here can use every ability. He can use this, then he chooses to switch. So let's talk about the let's talk about the mana system first. So as you can see, the maximum is 10 out of 10, and the ultimate, this is the big one here, it costs 10 out of 10 also, and this is I believe the ultimate. But there is this one, the interesting one. It costs 6 out of 10, and it do have a chain, an orange chain. And if you see in the allies HUD, there is one character that do have that orange chain, and it's Asta. And I do believe the game, I mean, if Yami, the player here, uses this skill, it will actually do a combo attack with Asta, and it makes sense because it's Yami and Asta. So I do believe the game will have combo attacks. There is also this thing. There is this arrow pointing down and this arrow pointing up. I have no idea what this could mean. I mean, this could be, maybe this means this attacks debuffs the enemies and this attacks buff the user, who knows. And if you go to the second picture here, when Yami tries to attack, he is a red character, and when he tries to attack the enemies, as you can see, if he tries to connect the attack to the blue enemies, there is an arrow that says bad because it's element disadvantage and he will do less damage. But if he attacks the green one, because if you can see here in the HUD, the red beats green, he will do more damage to it. And we can also see the debuffs I talked about. And Yami, as you can see, also have a buff right here. And let me see in the video if he attacks, or in the other picture, if when he attacks he gets that buff or he loses it. He actually loses it. So this is after he attacks. So, and as you can see, it's there is a number 1 next to the buff, and when he attacks, it means the turn has passed. his turn have passed. So yeah, I mean, I think this is all we can see. As you can see, Asta is a defense character. Yami and Vengeance are damaging characters because they have the blast, and Vengeance is a support or a healer character, but this one I have no idea. This is all the informations I can collect. Combo attacks, I think they are a big part in this game, and they will maybe be an impact on how you build the team. So you just don't put random characters on your team, but maybe put Yami and Asta and something like that. We should see more gameplay and know everything when we get the closed beta tests. And yeah, so this is it for me today. Take care.